Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial, and today I thought I'll switch it up. I had been doing a lot of card making tutorials with foils, so today I thought I'll go back to basics and I'll share an art journal page with you all with some basic supplies which also beginner can follow. So here I was showing you the list of all the products that we'll be using. Don't worry if you missed out the product. Each and every product that I use in any of my videos are always linked below, so that once you are done with the tutorial, you can check them out at your own time. So this is actually an old novel which I have converted into an art journal. If you want to know more about what different products can you use to make art journal, and literally how you could convert trash to make these beautiful art journals, you can check my free course on handmade course website. Again, it will be linked below for you all, where I talk about what is art journaling, what are the basics of art journaling, and how you can use everyday items to create your art journal, because it is all about process. Now I start off with another page in my art journal. It is already stapled and ready to go. Normally I like my pages to be a bit thick in art journal. However, novels are a bit thinner, pages of novels, and that is why I normally staple a couple of them together and then I use them. Now I'm applying a coat of gesso to start off with. This is white gesso by CrafTangles, and I'm applying it with the help of some brushes and a brayer tool. Now why I have used brayer tool over here is just to show you that if you like that unevenness of a white background, you could have easily achieved that with a brayer instead of brushing and creating a uniform white background. So brayer is a good tool to have if you are into doing art journaling, collage papers, etc. Then I take a stencil by CrafTangles. This is called herringbone, and then I'm using some CrafTangles paper paste to add some texture. Now I had an idea in mind where I wanted my butterflies to go in a diagonal pattern, and that is why you will see me covering around 30 to 40% of my paper with this paste, and I'm trying to be vertical and trying to be adding this paste in a diagonal motion, because that is where I want my texture to be, on top of which my butterflies will stand. So whenever you're using your stencils with mixed media products like paste, inks, etc., make sure that as soon as you are done, you are putting your stencils in a pot of water. So because all these paste when dry are permanent and you don't want to ruin your stencils. Now I take a couple of CrafTangles mixed media stamps. This is faded dots and one more schematics background, and I'm just adding it randomly to create some texture and depth in my project. You can see in some places I go directly, and in some places I go with second level generation stamping. What do I mean by second level generation stamping is that I don't ink my stamp again and again. In some places I go with more of a faded version of stamping, and in some places I go with the first layer of stamping. So stamping fresh as soon as I ink my stamp. So that is what I mean by first level and second generation stamping. And once I'm happy, so basically the whole idea was just to add some pattern here and there. So as you could see that there was no rhyme, I just wanted to cover my paper with some designs. So these kind of thought process will help you a lot when you are doing mixed media. Just think of how you can add different textures and different depth to your page. It could be with stencils, it could be with stamps, it could even be with doodling, which I'll show you in a second. But these are very beginner friendly hacks to doing any mixed media page or art journaling page. Now these kind of element pack, the one which I am using is monochromatic butterflies by CrafTangles. Now these are very economical, and you can cut them out and use them on cards, on scrapbooks, on mixed media projects, on your art journal, anything. So essentially they are a very versatile product, and that is why you see me using them in quite a lot of my project, and I feel they are ideal especially for mixed media and art journaling process. Plus, since they are very economical, it is a very good tool to have for a beginner. Next up, what I'm doing is I want my butterflies to pop off. right? Because my butterflies are white in color and the background is also white in color primarily, my butterflies will not pop, and that is why I want to add some colors where my butterflies are going to stand. Now there are a lot of ways in which you can add colors to your art journaling page, including inks, watercolors, sprays, etc. Sprays are one of the most common mediums you will find in mixed media, and these are CrafTangles art sprays and color mist. I am actually using a combination of both in various shades of blues and greens. Again, all the products that I have used with the color names etc. will be linked below in the description along with the product link. So don't worry about that. I want you to concentrate on the whole process rather than the nitty-gritties of products. So here I am just adding the sprays in again that diagonal fashion in a vertical area. That is because that is where I primarily want my butterflies to go. Now here I am happy with how the colors look. Again, this is a very iterative process, so you can go back to it. What do I mean by iterative is that you can go back to it as much time as you want. So you can make this as light as you want, as dark as you want, the color combination that you like. For this particular page I went for pinks, I went for blues and greens. You could have done pinks and reds, you could have done rainbow, you could have done yellows and oranges, you could have done browns, you could have done black. Honestly, it's upon you on what kind of colors speak to you. So here I'm just trying to put the fussy cutted butterflies on top of the page, and I still felt that something was missing. A pop of black I felt was missing. So what I'm doing is I'm just doodling some design. So this is just some circles, lines, arrows, whatever I could think of, and I'm just doodling them on the page. Now again, pencils and pens are one of the most basic things that you can use, and I'm sure any beginner would have. Now on top of it I went with a waterproof ink. So this is a waterproof pen which is Sakura Pigma Micron pen, and I use this for a lot of things. I also use it in my watercoloring etc. So it's a good basic item to have, and I just went back wherever I penciled the area, I went back with that pen. Now here it is very important that you use a watercolor pen, because you may go back on top of it with sprays which are not waterproof, and that is why it's necessary to have a waterproof pen. Here I am taken another stencil. I wanted to add some dots in a diagonal fashion again, and that I am adding with help of my Versafine Onyx black ink pad. Again, this is waterproof, and I just added that with the help of a foam brush. Again, link of all products will be down below. And now what I am doing is just to add that final drama on my page, I went back and added some black, very diluted black spray on top of my page. Now this is just to highlight that areas that we doodled and we stenciled upon with the black color. So once this all dries, I am happy with how everything looks, and then I'll go back and add my butterflies with help of some foam tape. So again, if you think that you're not happy with a certain area and if you want to add more colors, so here I am adding some watercolors. So essentially you can use the inks from your ink pads, you can use acrylic colors, you can use chalk paints, you can use sprays, you can use watercolors. Technically you can use anything you want. However, you need to understand that of course if you use more of a acrylic paint or chalk paint, they'll be more opaque than these colors and your designs may not show through whatever you have done below it. So understand that you can actually use any medium to add colors. However, how those mediums behave, you need to learn. And I feel that art journal is also one very good place where you can learn all these techniques, because essentially it's just a novel that you have converted to take your progress, or if you want to try out different techniques etc. So you could definitely try out new techniques over here, and then once you are happy you can probably make them on a bigger scale on a canvas or a mixed media project. So don't shy away from trying out new techniques especially whenever you are doing art journaling. Just think of various supplies that you already own and how you could use them. So now I have added butterflies over here on my project, and I have just colored them slightly in the same color combination, and then I'm going back with some black pencil just to add some extra depth here and there. And now I'll add my stickers on top of the butterflies. So I've selected 3-4 stickers from Tim Holtz sticker book, and then I'm going back with some glue. So this is liquid glue, Fevicol, which you can easily find in Indian market, and I'm just sticking them on top of my butterflies, and that will complete my page. Now things like butterflies, balloons, etc., these are all very easy elements which you can essentially use on your art journal and create very basic and beautiful art journal page which any beginner can follow. I hope you enjoyed this whole process, and if you did, don't forget to like and comment, and do consider subscribing. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.